All right, Jaren, so this morning has been a little hectic for you. I don't know if things went exactly as you had drawn out. So what's this whole, I guess, basically last hour? What's it kind of been like for you?
It seems hectic, but definitely I think everything is how I wanted it to be. I think with first of all, committing to Michigan State is an absolute blessing. I want to thank all the schools that have recruited me. Coach Izzo, I think he was one of the main reasons why I decided to go there, and that's just a piece of the puzzle. I think the players, they just have a great culture over there, and they're all, they buy into Coach Izzo's system, and they're all about team, which is, what I want to go.
You've been a major recruit for, such a long time, so many programs involved and all that stuff, but when did Michigan State first get involved, and when did you first seriously consider that as a destination?
They got involved when I went to teen camp. It was when I was a Rising Junior. I was a Rising Junior, and I went to teen camp. I don't think they were recruiting me hard then, but they had seen me play a couple of games, and Coach Izzo just loved my versatility and a lot of potential I had. He offered me there, and ever since, Coach Fife really was recruiting me at first. Then I met the other coaches, Coach G, DJ. I met Coach Izzo not too late in my recruiting, but I had met him, but he started mainly recruiting me close to the end. We did it in-home, and from there it was pretty much, I was talking to all the coaches all the time. But they had been talking to me, heavily for a while, but I always wanted to prove to them that I'd be able to play in their system.
So you were trying to convince them as much as the other way around?
Yeah, regardless, I was trying to convince all my schools that offered me, regardless of where I decided to go. I wanted to prove to everybody that I wasn't, just all talk, that I could, the potential is different than production, and I wanted to be more productive in, basketball.
And you last visited Michigan in like mid-August or so, or early August, somewhere around there, but since went on a number of other visits. How much did you kind of go back and forth here these last couple weeks on what you were going to do?
Man, you have no idea. There was no way I can sit here and say that I was set on Michigan State from the beginning. I always thought they were a great program, but I never really didn't know where I would end up. I was doing a lot of, round table discussion with my family, a lot of talking to coaches, finding out where they see me fit on their team, and this was a very difficult decision. But I think that the way everything that program is set up for me to have success as a basketball player and a person, I think the culture there with the players, how they do things together off the court and how they act off the court, and how Coach Izzo has them buy into a system whether you like it or not. I think that's what I need. You want to go somewhere where you're going to be pushed, and I felt like that was that's what's going to take to get me to the next level after college, which is hopefully NBA.
You had in-state options with Purdue and Notre Dame, and even before that Indiana, obviously, and then and Georgetown with the obvious connection with your father. How difficult, I guess, was it to say no to those options that you obviously have some ties to?
Very difficult. I think all those schools. My dad going there, and also my mom, they really didn't put any pressure on me to go there, but subconsciously you always have something in the back of your mind that makes you feel like, man, they kind of would like it if I did. I think for them that was their best option, and I think I'm choosing my own. They did a great job. They supported me all the way through with any decision that I made, in whether it is AAU, whether it is high school, coming to La Lumiere, and now college. They did, they let me basically come up with my own decision. They talked me through it, and sometimes I bounce around between two schools or three schools, but at the end of the day, we did a great job of deciding this one.
Why now?
I think
you still have 5 official visits, didn't you?
I do. Well, yeah. I think I didn't take officials. I think if you take an official, the only substance you really need to discuss a school is in half of it. The rest is like a bunch of stuff you're doing. I had been to every school before it anyway. I've been going to visits for 2 years, so I was getting a little tired of going all these visits. I mean, but no, I think now going on an official should be just having fun, and that's what I'm gonna do now. I think I'm gonna go on an official Michigan State, and I'm just gonna enjoy myself. I don't have to be convinced by anybody. I don't need to be pressured. Just let loose, and now I can relax.
You obviously have a number of teammates who Michigan State is quite interested in. Other players who you have known through USA basketball and AAU circuit and all those things. You are the one commitment that they have in the 2017 class right now. Are you now Michigan State's biggest recruiting weapon here?
I'm gonna do my part to try to get more players up there. I think obviously I have players at my school who are getting recruited by them, and they're gonna continue to be around. They're gonna circle through. But I'm one of those. I've been recruited by other players, so I know how it is. It can get kind of annoying. I'm not gonna be like that. I'm gonna let them make their own decision. But definitely, I think it's just hard to say no to Michigan State. I don't think there's nothing negative you can say at all. I mean, you have a Hall of Fame coach, you have a great system, you have a winning attitude, and you have somebody who has connections to people outside of basketball who can even help you further in life and push you to get to the NBA. I think that if you look at all those variables, there's not much else to think about.